mhrm521 students, welcome to Human Resource Management. I am sorry that we weren't able to meet in real time this evening due to the internet outage, but I'm hoping this little recording will indoctrinate you and get you all set for our 7-week accelerated experience together. So first off, my contact info. Guys, I am available to you however you need me. My preferred email is my Gmail address, which most of you probably already know from our phone calls today. I can be reached 5 days a week in my office. I'm there an awful lot. Generally, I'm in the office from no later than 8 a.m. to no later than 4 p.m. Monday through Friday, although sometimes I'm earlier, sometimes I'm later than that. I can always be reached on my cell phone. I also accept text messages as well. This is our YouTube playlist, which is also listed in Blackboard, and of course you know our Blackboard site is accessible through courses.francis.edu. So I encourage you to take advantage of all these means of connecting with me. So what is the purpose of this class? mhrm 521 is the intro class to your master's level HR experience here at St. Francis, and it's really intended to be a broad overview of everything involved in modern human resource management. I would look at this class as an intro to the program and also as a primer for all the other more specialized classes you're going to take. We're going to be talking about strategic HR, job analysis, all these major areas of HR that will all be played out in much more detail in some of your other classes. I also enjoy inserting current events into our class as well, be it through the discussion boards or through the assignments. So I like to keep it current and have you understand what's in it for you. Why are you studying human resource management? Why is it a current field of study? So in terms of the required text, the Mathis Jackson book in my mind is the standard. It's in your syllabus. It's also in the bookstore in terms of getting the 15th edition. If you are operating with a different edition, 14th or 13th, give me a shout. I'm not saying we can't make it work, but there are some subtle differences. I also expect that everybody here will be conversant with standard Microsoft Office products, though if you are using Google products, those are compatible as well. I am definitely flexible and I love open source. We may have a couple of projects also that require you to use either a webcam or a smartphone or some kind of recording software, and we'll talk more about those as we get into those projects. So what are the class dynamics? Pretty standard in terms of our online approach to classes here at St. Francis. Every week begins on Monday and ends at Sunday. The one exception being our last week of the class ends a day early on a Saturday. And I teach in a module format, which means I'm teaching anywhere between 2 chapters to 3 chapters a week. Modules 1 through 5 are 2 chapters, 6 and 7 are 3 chapters each. I always provide an online lecture and a PowerPoint for you, so you'll be able to download the slides and watch the PowerPoint presentation with narration on YouTube, and that's on our YouTube channel. Link is also on our Blackboard site and in all of our weekly modules. You're going to have at least 1 to 2 writing assignments a week and a final assignment. We'll be talking about that momentarily. So in terms of discussion postings, to keep this class as interactive as possible, every week I will expect you to respond to my post by Thursday at midnight and to respond to 2 other students by Sunday at midnight. Now in terms of the 2 other responses, that can also include me. If you respond to one of my posts, that counts as a student response. There will be no tests in this class, strictly writing assignments and interaction. So what about the final paper? I'm asking for a final synthesis paper for the project, and your first option is to basically apply the course material to a real-world strategic HR issue, and it could be within your workplace or otherwise, and to explain based on what you've learned in this class what steps you would take, what HR methodologies you would use to apply to this issue, what tools and methodologies that you've learned would you apply and how. Now, by the course of the syllabus, that's a 10-page research paper. You have an option. If you would rather not do the research paper, you may substitute a 5 to 10 minute live video presentation, meaning you do either a Skype call or a Zoom call with me to present your opinion and your solution to the subject at hand. You're still going to have to come up with a bibliography and sources that informed your decision, but it would get you out of writing a 10-page paper. I would hope that most of you would probably take this option. The main reasons I insert this into the class are to give you the option to, 1, not write a research paper, on top of all the other writing you're going to be doing, and 2, to add a more interactive and synchronous element to the class. I'll be talking more about this as we get into the class through the semester as well. So in terms of how your grade is determined in this class, your final paper or project, whichever you choose, is 30% of your total grade. Your weekly assignments are 50%, and your discussion board postings are 20%. Word of caution, don't slack on the discussion board postings. I see a lot of people lose points on their grades simply because they can't keep up with doing 3 posts a week. Make time to do that and make them substantial, make them worth your time. So in terms of multimedia and extra credit, I will be at least once this semester, if not several times, allowing you the option of earning some extra credit by doing some sort of interactive video or a recording of video of yourself responding to a topic. An example will be, when we get to performance management, I'm going to do a performance evaluation exercise where you're going to be able to, in real time as a group, evaluate my performance. Trust me, I won't take it personal. However you score me is fine. The purpose is to go through the process. You can earn some bonus points on your grade by doing that. In terms of the papers every week, I have in the syllabus that I'm asking for APA citation format. If you've got a different format you prefer, I am all ears. In addition, I don't want to give you the impression that citations are not important, because they are. I'm not as hung up on format as I am that you actually provide me with in-text citations in a way I can verify the sources you've cited. I'm more concerned with being able to verify sources than I am with citation format. If you have questions on this, contact me directly. I think after you get your first scores on your first papers, you'll understand what my approach is. This class is also what I would like to refer to as an iterative process. That's a project management terminology, or a term from project management, I should say. It means this class will change as it goes on. I typically teach this class as an in-class experience, so adapting this to an online format means changes have been made, and I will be listening to your feedback. If things are not working, we will change course. If we need to spend additional time on a given topic, we will do that. If we need to schedule additional interaction, if you would like more interaction, i.e. more video lectures or real-time interaction on things like Blackboard, Collaborate, or Zoom video, we will do that. So you, as the collective group, will shape what this course looks like, and I will be listening to you. So a reminder, the last week of class, actually that's a typo. The last week of class, all of your assignments will be due by Saturday of the last week of class. So by 12:03, that is a Saturday. So I apologize for that typo. I put this together in a bit of a hurry today to make sure we all had a chance to get together on the course. So some notes. This class is flexible, meaning that we can change the course of it. It is a good overview of what HR is all about and a chance to explore all the key concepts. And it's challenging because you're talking about a lot of reading. You're talking about probably around 100 pages a week you're going to be reading. What it is not, it's not a one-stop shop to becoming a human resource manager. You'll learn how to do those things through all of the other courses you're going to be taking. On the same token, it's not geared only for managers, meaning if you want to be an HR specialist, or if you're only mildly interested in the field of HR, you're going to find out more of what role it plays in our course or in our workforce. And it's not an easy class because of the amount of material we're squeezing in to 7 weeks. So guys, there's no A for effort in this class, but that being said, even if you don't understand something or are not completely with the concept, I give substantial points for effort. So I'm more concerned that you walk away from this class with ideas on the key concepts of HR than being an absolute perfect writer or perfect HR professional. I also am often willing to give pre-reads on assignments. If you give me a couple of days notice, I'm glad to read your assignment before you submit it, meaning I can give you some feedback before I have to grade it. I am all for that, and as most of you are working learners, I'm going to try to be as flexible as I can. So that being said, guys, if there are questions, feel free to email me, text me, call me, reach out. I'm here for you. If you're able to be on campus, feel free to drop by my office in Schwab. I always love meeting my online students and to be as good of a resource to you as I can. Remember, we are here for you. Let us know how we can help. I'm sorry we weren't able to meet in real time tonight, but I appreciate your willingness to watch this webinar. Looking forward to working with you all this semester.